Hello, my name is Dr. Michael D'Andrea. I'm a professor in education and counseling, an activist, and the president of the Social Justice Creations nonprofit organization that provides Facebook communication and website communication with persons interested in exploring concepts and actions one can take to promote peace and justice and healthy human development in our society. I'm preparing this video to do a couple of things. First, to join the voices of concern, anxiety that swirl in the air as a result of the increasing tensions and threats being made by the leader of North Korea and the President of the United States. The anxiety, concern, and desire for action that many people in this country and around the world are experiencing is based on the type of discussions about the use of nuclear weapons to resolve conflicts on the international level between North Korea and the United States. The calls for actions that involve fire and fury, the idea that North Korea is allegedly preparing their missiles for a test around the island of Guam, are all disconcerting because they're stepping stones to the possible utilization of nuclear weapons, the utilization of weaponry that will destroy much of the planet and cause unprecedented suffering among humans by the millions. Ordinary citizens can play an important role and must play an important role in addressing the anxieties and concerns of what we consider to be disordered thinking by the leaders of these two nations. Before I discuss what citizens can do, I want to make a special call to persons in the professions that I'm affiliated with. I'm referring specifically to counselor educators, students and practitioners, educators, and members of other allied professions who oftentimes remain silent during times of controversy involving injustices and violence. Now is the time, my colleagues and friends, to step forward, to take action, to participate in local, state, and national endeavors such as the National Town Hall meeting that's scheduled for next Thursday, August 17th, 2007, that will be computer-based and electronic town hall meeting at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In addition to my colleagues and friends in counseling, psychology, and education, we're preparing this town hall meeting for the ordinary citizen who's interested in learning more and considering ways that they can take action to help prevent, and we must prevent, nuclear war from occurring in our times. We will cover a number of things in the August 17th, 2017 National Town Hall meeting, and among those is to share research findings that I have been able to secure that look at the patterns of thinking and emotional reactions that people have during times when leaders demonstrate such disordered thinking and irresponsible action suggestions, such as the use of nuclear weapons. Among the patterns that have been identified are what is referred to first as denial. People who think and act and feel in a state of denial don't believe that the conditions are serious enough as other people talk about. Another pattern of thinking and emotional reaction is involved in a sense of apathy. Apathy advances beyond denial by recognizing that there are serious things going on, but these individuals who have a dominant, apathetic way of thinking and feeling don't plan on and are not interested in taking any action to deal with and prevent the sort of annihilation that would occur in a crisis involving nuclear weapons. A third stage is two-pronged anger. Anger reactions in thinking and feeling are oftentimes reflected among people who are angry with people who dissent, who organize and take action in the peace movement. because they have a trust in their leaders and believe it is important to not only conform to, but to support the decisions that our leaders make, even if it means the use of nuclear weapons. The second prong of anger is based upon individuals who are interested in engaging in the peace movement and who express anger and frustration at persons whose dominant patterns of thinking and feeling are denial or apathy. Both of these forms of anger will be discussed, and discussed in ways that say we need to find ways of thinking and feeling and acting that move beyond anger and that embrace the successes of other great movements for peace and justice, headed by persons like Dr. Martin Luther King, Mahatma Gandhi, and Nelson Mandela. The next pattern of thinking and feeling involves constructive discussions. These constructive discussions involve a sense of hopefulness and faith in the basic virtues of humanity, in being able to negotiate and resolve things without implementing war, especially nuclear war. Discussions, constructive discussions, describing what they are and how they can be implemented will be part of our national town hall meeting. And finally, progressive action. We look at ways that we as ordinary citizens or counselor educators, students in counseling programs, practitioners in mental health, and other allied professionals, especially teachers in our schools and universities, can take to help build a united peace movement in the United States that will operate from a nonviolent principles, but take action and a willingness to go to jail to help stop the disordered thinking and possible implementation of nuclear war in our times, a war that will simply jeopardize the future of much of the human race on this planet. Finally, during the National Town Hall meeting, we want to introduce the work of a person who for the past 27 years has presented a proposal to the United Nations that outline concrete strategies for the reduction and final elimination of all nuclear weapons on the planet. This proposal, proposed 27 times in 27 consecutive years, is presented by the leader of a Buddhist community numbering more than 12 million people globally, whose name is Dr. Daisaku Ikeda. We'll be talking about the work that Dr. Ikeda has done and proposed to the United Nations, because it is possible that his suggestions for peace and nuclear disarmament may be relevant during this perilous time. Please feel free to share information about next Thursday's, August 17th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the National Town Hall meeting. And please be on the lookout on listservs and Facebooks, especially the Social Justice Creation Facebook, where I will provide a link that will give you easy and free access to participate electronically on your computers with this National Town Hall meeting. This call is being particularly directed to individuals who are operating from a desire to engage in constructive discussions and to examine practical ways that they and we, as individuals and collectively together, can help stop what appears to be an unacceptable and irrational discussion of leaving nuclear weapons and nuclear war on the table for negotiation. We hope to see you next Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I greatly appreciate you taking the time to hear this information and to share concerns. We know that hope is a key and that faith in the advancement of a healthy global society and in the United States is possible when we work together to achieve these ends. Thank you. Have a good day, a safe day, and a day filled with good health and much joy.